You want some? Come get some.
Agent, what's happening? We got another build. For this build, we're going into Ongoing Directive, and the weapon of choice is the Iron Lung. We've also pulled in Pestilence, as well as the Vile Mask. 3 variants in this build, and all results are nasty. And you already know, if you like the video, like the build, like the gameplay. And if you've got feedback on the build, want to share your thoughts, if you've got a build that you want me to try, share it in the comment section below. You already know what to do. Now let's get into it. If you didn't know what Ongoing Directive does, keep listening. If you already know, well, tough, I'm gonna tell you anyway. Okay? With 4 pieces of Ongoing Directive, you get the rules of engagement talent. Shooting a status-affected enemy will apply a mark. Killing a marked enemy grants a full clip of hollow point ammo for your active weapon, and half a clip of the agent's active weapon to the rest of the party. Hollow point ammo amplifies weapon damage by 20% and applies bleed on hit. With the chest piece, you get the talent Parabellum rounds, increasing hollow point ammo weapon damage amplification to 35%. With the backpack, you get the talent Trauma Specialist, increasing the duration of your bleed status effects by 50% and all bleed damage done by 100%. But we're not using the backpack or the chest piece, at least not in the initial build. Now for the build breakdown. Ongoing Directives, mask, gloves, knee pads, and a holster, with weapon damage, status effects, and armor on kill mod. Hellstone Perfect Bloodsucker, Liquid Engineer backpack, with armor status effects, Aspro, and armor on kill mod. Petrol chest, status effects, headshot damage, armor on kill mod, and glass cannon. Now remember, we're using the Iron Lung, LMG. Now this weapon is perfect for Ongoing Directive, mainly because the fire rounds generated from your Iron Lung is gonna proc Ongoing Directive. When you kill the enemy that gets marked, well, you get those bleed rounds and that amplified damage. Now, because your build is set up around status effects, you're gonna be doing fire damage, bleed damage, and amplified damage, and glass cannon amplified damage. It just gets nasty. And in a team setting, right, that ammo is shared amongst your team. So when they reload, they're going to be getting that ammo and that amplified damage. Chances are you're going to have some heavy hitters, weapon damage wise, in your team. And they're going to really love the boost. Now with glass cannon, all damage that you do is amplified by 20%. So if you threw on a perfect glass cannon, that's 30% amplified damage. But bear in mind that that's 60% incoming damage that you take, amplified. So there is some risk. Now with the Vile Mask, that I'm going to show you in a second, the Vile Mask adds another tick, another status effect tick of damage. To the 2, to the 3, and that's also amplified by the glass cannon, if you so choose to keep that on. Yeah, look at this guy hiding. Trash. Yeah, sit down. Now some more is gonna pop up out of here. It's gonna get a little dicey. Now this is a specialized build, and we are squishy. However, with the perfect bloodsucker, that makes us a little bit tanky, but we're still taking 50% amplified incoming damage from enemies and everything that they throw at us with the glass cannon. So you gotta move fast, especially when it comes down to these guys. Now, if you're balls to the wall and you're a risk taker and you don't care about any of that stuff, forgo the bloodsucker. Forgo that. Go on a Legmo backpack with perfect unstoppable on there. Ooh. And you're just you're just gonna fly through everything. But I would definitely keep the armor on kill mods on there, so that way all the killing that you're doing is not for nothing. After we finish this guy, or yeah, this last guy, I'm gonna push on to the bottle mask showcase and the pestilence. Now in this variant, all we did was took off the Ongoing Directive's mask and threw on the vial mask. And then we took off the glass cannon chest piece and threw on the Ongoing Directive's chest piece. We still have weapon damage, status effects, and an armor on kill mod on there. But remember, with the chest piece, you get the Parabellum rounds, which is 35% amplified damage. Okay, weapon damage. This guy. The Chungas, at least these guys that rush towards you, are the worst. Okay, they're the only real problem with this build. But like I said, if you're running this and you don't really care about survivability that much, and you know you can hit your shots and all that good stuff, well, take off that backpack with the bloodsucker on there, and like I said, throw something else on that tickles your fancy.
Target spotted, Sheriff.
I suggest using the Perfect Unstoppable for that, but you know, to each their own. Honestly, well, you can even throw on a Perfectly Wicked. Okay, you can use that as well. Now for the secondary weapon, I didn't go over this, but for the secondary weapon, I'm using the F2000, and it has the perpetuation on there, and that increases the duration of status effects, as well as the effect of the next one applied. I want to say by 50%, but correct me if I'm wrong. Now with the vial mask, okay, the talent Toxic Delivery, status effects also apply a damage over time debuff for 10 seconds. Total damage dealt is equal to 50% of your concussion grenade damage and increased by your status effect attributes. But remember, this is a specialized build, right? You're gonna want to have everything that has to do with applying a status effect, okay, in this build, ideally. Now how you do it is up to you, right? But the grenades, you need to equip your concussion grenade for it to register that, for your vial mask to register that damage. 50% of that. And 50% of 1.4 million is probably what you're sitting at, right, for your concussion grenade, is a lot. And let's just say, hypothetically, that you threw on a perfect glass cannon, right? That's a lot of damage, I think. And if you're just stacking up all kinds of status effects and confuse and shock and all this other stuff. And your vile mask is just putting in that nasty work, nasty vile work. It's just disgusting. It's gross, and I'm here for it. You should be too. Now in this portion or segment or variant, we're using the Pestilence. Now we're using the very first build. Now you can use the vile mask or whatever you want, but we're using this one mainly because it still works. The only thing though is that the Pestilence builds off of your weapon damage. Okay, its procs are not a status effect, so the glass cannon actually helps out this weapon, but the vile mask doesn't really. However, it does add another proc of damage backed on from your Ongoing Directive, so that is a thing to consider. However, in this run we didn't do that. Now I challenge you to try it. Let me know what you think. Let me know how it works out for you. Actually, I challenge you to try all three of these variants. I'm curious on your thoughts. But with the Pestilence, you do not want to go toe-to-toe at close range. This is a distance weapon. You want to get as much bullets in to stack up your Plague of the Outcasts early on, so that way it can go ahead and do its work. If you want to play a little bit more defensive, try throwing on Cherished chest piece with trauma on there. Headshots blind, body shots bleed. You're still getting the status effect. And you can even do the Lengmo backpack with the perfect unstoppable on there for your weapon damage, you know, to pretty much pile into your Plague of the Outcasts ticks. I've done this and I've hit about 1 million damage per tick. It's nasty. But yeah, that is it for me. That's it for the video. Share your comments on the build. And if you like it, enjoyed it, found it useful, helpful, insightful, all of the above, you already know what to do.
Spartans! What is your profession? See, old friend, I brought more soldiers than you did.